Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we want to talk about 7 positions or 7 things that can make you play slow, extremely slow. And without wasting much time, let's just begin already. Now, first is your knuckles, your left hand, the last knuckles here. A lot of beginner flutists play with their knuckles down like this, like this. The knuckle is down, right? And this hinders your speed because, of course, at first you have to lift the last knuckle up. When you want to lift the key, you have to lift the last knuckle up before you lift the key. So if I do this, hopefully you can see this. I have to lift that knuckle. I have to lift that knuckle before the key goes up. So even if I do that very fast, you see, it's a lot of process there. And so the same thing. So what do you want to do to stop this or to get better at this, to cure this problem? Keep your knuckles up. For the first 2 fingers, keep your knuckles like up. And then for the third finger, keep it slightly up. Don't keep it flat. Keep it slightly up. So again, keep your knuckles up. This position with the knuckles up helps you play very, very much efficiently. Very, very much efficiently. Right? Now, the second on my list is your left thumb. A lot of flutists play with their thumb, the last knuckle of their left thumb, locked in. You don't want to play with your knuckle locked in. You want to play with your knuckle out. I mean, if you walk, when you're walking, or if you just hold your hand in the position, right? If you hold your hand, you discover your knuckle is not locked in. And that's the natural position. Something very important you need to understand is that when you play the flute, you want to have similar position or similar posture as if you're not playing the flute, as if you're just doing your normal day stuff. So don't keep your knuckle locked in, keep it out. I mean, straight is fine, a bit out is better, and don't overdo. Don't keep it this way. This way will cause tension as well. So keep it just a bit out. So instead of holding this way, hold this way. This is better. This is better. Now the third on my list is crossing from C to D. C to D, C to D. Now why is this hindering your playing, or why is this getting your playing slower? Why are you playing slow because of this? Very simple. Moving from C to D is moving a lot of muscles at the same time, right? It requires you moving a lot of your muscles, your finger muscles at the same time. Or like moving from B to C, or moving from A to B, or moving from G to A, right? It requires you moving a lot of your muscles at the same time. And so what do you want to do? You want to spend time playing, just going from C to D as an exercise. I like to do this exercise a lot because even till now, I still find flexibility doing it. I still find ease doing it. I notice that my knuckles are not bent in, they are not locked in, my thumb is not locked in, and I'm just playing, right? So that's the same way you want to do too. You want to do that too. So you can try this exercise. Just go from C to D to C to D to C to D to C to D. And that will help you cure that problem, or that challenge rather. The next on my list is having loosed or too firm finger grip on your instrument. Having loose or too firm finger grip on your instrument. If your fingers are too loose, the effect is that your notes will not come out clean. So you might even be playing fast, but your notes probably will not be coming out clean. So what do you want to do? You want to not have too loose finger placement on your instrument. I mean, you want to have a correct grip on your instrument. And then you don't want to make it too much, because when you over grip your instrument, it becomes a problem, it becomes a challenge. It causes you to play slow, and then it causes tension as well. So you don't want to do that. Don't over grip your instrument when you play. This is very common with beginners. They over grip their instrument because they feel the instrument will fall or something. So don't over grip, just have the correct grip on the instrument, so that when you play each note, the note comes out correctly. Now the next is tension on fingers. Tension on fingers. Now, a couple of times I like to tell people, my students especially, when I teach them that tension is your worst enemy. If you can fight tension, you can actually play better. How do I mean? When your fingers are tensed, what really happens is it sends a lot of the information to all the nerves in the body, right? And then to your brain, and then to all the nerves in the body. And then what happens is your overall body is tensed. Your mind is not thinking clear for the notes you want to play or the music you're playing. And then it translates that information back to your fingers. And then, of course, it causes your fingers to either lag behind or try to play over fast or playing wrong things, wrong notes. So what you want to do is to make sure you ease off tension. How do you ease off tension? Sometimes is to play extremely slow in a very relaxed position. So if you have tension in your right fingers, you want to take your time to go over the notes, go over those places you have tension, you feel tensed when you approach in any piece you're playing. So when you feel tensed approaching a place, a passage, what you want to do, you want to spend time working out that passage, and over time the tension goes out, because of course you begin to internalize the music. Also, I'll advise you to release tension. Make sure you always play your scales. Make sure you always use the correct finger patterns. This will help you relieve tension. This will help you get better with your finger, your muscle memories on your fingers, so that they can, finger each of the notes correctly. Now, the next thing is how you play your scales. Now, a lot of us, we learnt music, we understood the playing of scale to just go from the tonic to the tonic to the do, from do to do, like this. But we tend to forget the fact that scales are the foundation on which music is built. Every music contains fragments of scales and fragments of arpeggio, of course. So if you don't have a good scale life, if you don't play your scale correctly, and if you don't play your scale as though you're playing music, you probably would get stuck playing pieces, and it will cause you to play slow, right? So how do you now then play your scale? You can use Staffanel and Gobert exercises. You can go through your scale, just playing, starting from every position of the scale, every note of the scale, something like this. You can do that all through the range of the flute. Alternatively, you can also go through playing, beginning from the tonic triad. that for all your 12 scales, or your 12 keys, and then increase the speed over time. Just get comfortable playing the exercise over and over, and then you can just pick up fragments of scales. Or if it's 3 notes, if it's 5 notes, if it's 7 notes, if it's 8 notes, if it's 12 notes, go on and on and on. The essence is for you to build capacity, to build strength with your fingers. You know, one thing about that is when you go to the gym, you will definitely see people lifting weight, and over time their muscles get used to lifting the weight to certain number, and then they don't see it as so much a big deal. The same thing happens with our instrument. If you aim to play faster, you have to get comfortable doing the exercise. Assume that your fingers always have to go to the gym, and that they have to play scales always. Now the last of it is moving between E and F, and E and F sharp. Now, a lot of beginner flutists, when they move from E to F sharp, you hear something like this. And of course, because you can hear that, see how it will delay your playing, make you playing slower and less efficiently. Now, we come to the 7th point, and I know you've gained something from this. So once again, give me a thumbs up and then subscribe if you want me to, do more videos like this. Also, in the comment section, tell me what your challenge is, and probably I'll be able to make a video for you.